I forgot to. Can you get me a kippah and a talit? Can you get me a kippah and a talit? We like Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom, and to people online. I don't know who's out there, but Shabbat shalom. Welcome to Shabbat morning service, which is going to include the admission ceremony of Robyn, to which I attribute the crowds rather than myself. And so we're going to start on page 117. It says the congregation will stand. Ma tovu v'alecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu v'alecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Yisrael. How lovely are your tents, O Jacob, your dwelling places, O Israel. Through your great love, O God, I enter your house. With awe, I worship in your sanctuary. Eternal God, I love the house where your glory dwells. Humbly I worship before my God and Maker. May my prayer be acceptable to you, eternal God. In your great kindness, answer me with your saving truth. Do sit down. Let's read together at the bottom of page 117. We thank you, O God, for this new day, for morning sun and evening star, for flowering of tree and flowing of tide, for life-giving rains and cooling breezes, for the changing seasons, for the cycle of growth and decay, of life and death. We awake and behold a new day. O God, renew us unto life. Teach us to recognize your presence in creation. Grateful for your gifts, may we dedicate all our powers to your service. And we certainly have the life-giving rains this morning. Okay, so we're on page 118. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for eyes to see. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for the joy of freedom. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for the power to rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for providing for all our needs. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for daily renewing our strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for the blessing of sleep and the privilege of waking to a new day. So, Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam baruch hu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamchulal b'fi amo, meshubach u'mefo'ar bilshon chasidav v'avadav, b'shvachot u'vizmirot, nagadelcha v'namlichecha malkeinu yachid hei ha'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai melech mehulal b'tishbachot. With the coming of day and night, I will enter the covenant of God. And when evening and morning depart, I will recite God's decrees. God Most High, you are my righteousness. You teach me goodness. You are the fountain of knowledge, the dwelling place of holiness, and the summit of glory. Eternal might and majesty are yours. I will choose whatever you teach me, gladly accepting your judgments. As soon as I move my hands and feet, I will praise your name. When I go out and when I come in, when I lie down and when I rise up. When I rest on my bed, I will sing your praise, and in the company of my friends, I will praise you with the words of my mouth. Before we sing, does anybody need transliterations of the songs? If so, there's a purple book over there, and I will happily tell you what page to turn to for the transliterations. Okay, so this is Mizmor Shir. It's on page 4, I think.
Shabbat tov להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך העליון ולזמר לשמך העליון להגיד בבוקר חסדך חסדך ואמונתך בלילות עלי הסוף Shabbat tov להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך העליון ולזמר לשמך העליון כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך במעשיותיך ארונן מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך העליון ולזמר לשמך העליון ולזמר לשמך העליון.
We're at the top of page 121. The righteous shall flourish like the palm, grow tall like the cedar of Lebanon, planted in the house of the Eternal One. They shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall bear fruit in old age. They shall ever be fresh and green, proclaiming that God is just, my rock in whom there is no flaw. Please stand if you're able. ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו האל המלך הגדול והקדוש בשמיים ובארץ. כי לך נאה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, שיר ושבחה, הלל וזמרה, ברכות והודאות, מעתה ועד עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני, הבוחר בשירי זמרה. So now we're turning to page 135.
La 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 la
Please sit down. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzei or uvorei choshech, osei shalom uvorei et hakol, hame'ir la'aretz uldarim alecha barachamim, uv'tuvo machadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reshit. Ma'rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chochma azita mal'ah ha'aretz kinyanecha, titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, El shavach ma'aseh yadecha, va'al ma'orei or she'asita, yefarucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, yotzei ham'orot. Let's read together. Great is your love for us, eternal God, and abundant your compassion. Our ancestors trusted in you, and you taught them the laws of life. So be gracious to us and teach us. Incline our hearts to hear your words, to know and understand, to learn and teach, and with love to uphold the truths of your Torah. Enlighten us with your teaching, make us faithful to your commandments, and wholehearted in the love and awe of your name. For in your love you summon us to serve you and proclaim your unity. We praise you, O God. In love you have called your people Israel to serve you. Shema, you may stand or sit as you like. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. V'havta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol ma'odecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh. Asher Anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha, v'shinantom levanecha v'dibarata bam, v'shiftecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha v'aderech, u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kasharatom leot al yadecha, v'hayu l'totefot bein einecha, u'chtaftom al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Good and beautiful and true, sound, established and enduring are these words, now and forever. True it is, Eternal One, that you are our sovereign God and Redeemer, as you are the God and Redeemer of our ancestors. You are our Maker, the rock of our salvation. We have known you always as our helper and our liberator. Oh yeah, you can sit down. There is no God but you. Truly you are first and you are last. We have no Redeemer but you. You redeemed us from Egypt and freed us from the house of bondage. Then, with great joy, Moses, Miriam, and all Israel together sang to you this song.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות הוסיף אליהם.
A new song the redeemed sang to your name at the shore of the sea. With one accord they gave thanks and proclaimed your sovereignty.
Adonai Yimloch le'olam va'ed. To Yisrael, kuma bezrat Yisrael, go'aleinu Adonai, tzvaot shemo
page 140, and please stand if you are able to for the Amidah. Adonai sefatai tivta ufia gita hilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanura, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lamatan Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer Umashir Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Ta Gibor Leolam Adonai, Machaye Meitim Ata Rav Lohoshia, Mashiv Haruach Umorid Hageshem, Mazriach Hashemesh Umorid Hatal.
Machalkel Chayim b'chesed, Machaye Meitim b'rachamim rabim, Somech Noflim v'rofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umakayem Emunato Lishenei Afa, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Meimit Umachayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah lahachayot meitim, Baruch atah Adonai, Machayei hameitim. Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, Kashem shemakdishim oto bishmei marom, Baruch, kakatuv al yad neviyecha. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzavaot, Malach al haaretz kavodo. Kavodo malei olam. Baruch kavod Adonai mimkomo. Mimkomcha malkeinu tofia, v'timloch aleinu ki machakim anachnu lach. Yimloch Adonai leolam, Elohai Yichzion, L'dor v'dor. Hallelujah. So please sit. We're going. Oh, I thought I knew what page it was on. Okay, we're going to sing L'dor v'dor, and I'm not sure what page it's on in the Shiron.
142.
Sorry?
142.
142 in the Shiron.
Oh, in Shiron.
Sorry. If you've got a purple book, just look it up in the index. Sorry, folks. I thought I knew all the page numbers, but I haven't written this one down.
now we're at the bottom of page 142, and let's read together. You inspired our ancestors to hallow this day for your service. When upon its coming we pause to contemplate our life, we learn anew that we do not live by bread alone, but also by the spiritual nourishment we receive when we open ourselves to your influence. We thank you for the Sabbath day and for the opportunity it offers to enhance the quality of our lives. We thank you for its joy and for its peace. May our worship help us to take into our hearts its message of holiness and consecrate all our days by devotion to what is true, beautiful, and good. That paragraph now makes me slightly laugh because my son's a Rabbi Brighton and Hove Progressive congregation, and he has a little boy who's now 2. And when my son reads, you inspired our ancestors to hallow this day, he says, hello, to everybody, because he thinks it's hello instead of hallow. So, anyway, we're now on page 143, and we're going to sing Yismachu, and it's on page 19 in the Shiron. Yismachu b'malchutcha, Yismachu b'malchutcha, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei onik, Amekatshei Shavi'i, Amekatshei Shavi'i, Kulam yisbou v'yitangu mituvecha, V'hashvi, ratzita bo v'kidashto, chemdat yamim, oto karata, zecher l'maseh v'reishit. Our God and God of our ancestors, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us by your commandments and make us loyal to your teaching. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Eternal One, let the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts, and may all Israel who hallow your name be exalted by its peace. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. Ratzei Adonai Eloheinu ba'amcha Yisrael, u'tefilatam ba'ahava tekabel, u'tehil ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Baruch ata Adonai, she'otecha levadecha, b'yir'ah na'avod. Let's read together. We give thanks that you, Eternal One, are our God, as you are the God of our ancestors. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank and praise you for our lives, which are in your hand, for our souls, which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. We praise you, O God, source of goodness, to whom our thanks are due. And now we're at the bottom of page 144, going to sing Sim Shalom, and it's on page 21 in the Shiron. Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha, Ein V'Chesed B'Rachamim, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Amecha. Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha, Ein V'Chesed B'Rachamim, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, like I'm the only one who knows that tune. Nice, though. Okay. So now we'll take some moments for silent prayer. You can read what's on page 145 or just think your own thoughts. Yehayu l'ratson imrei fi v'hegyon libi lefanecha. Yehayu l'ratson imrei fi v'hegyon libi lefanecha. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri v'goali. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri v'goali. So now we're going to turn to the Torah service, which is on page 483, I think. Actually, 481. Stephanie, would you mind getting me a kippah and a talit, please? Sorry, I wasn't well organised. So, who would like to open the ark? Robyn, and would somebody like to open the ark? Who would you like to open the ark? Dominique. Yeah. Right. Dominique and Natalia are going to open the ark. It's now decided. Thank you, Stephanie. Ve'en kamocha ve'elohim Adonai, ve'en kamahasecha, malchutacha malchut, kol olamim, umemshaltacha b'chol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai melech, Adonai imlo, leolam va'ed. Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Adonai Shalom. Gadlu Adonai iti, V'ramama Shemo Yechdecha. Al Shloshat Devarim. seated, or sit down, as we say in English. Okay. So, in a moment, Robyn is going to come and do the Torah blessings, and we are starting the book of Exodus today. We have the scroll out, although I am going to read it from the Chumash, and the book of Exodus, as you know, is all about Moses and how he was persuaded by God to become the leader and liberator of the Israelites from Egypt. He was quite shy and reluctant to start with, and then, of course, most of the rest of the Torah is about Moses after that. So, Robyn. You can do that. There you go, you've got a bit of swag.
Ready? Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bacha banu mechol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. You can sit down there. Okay. I shall read a bit in Hebrew and then a bit in English, etc. I'm going to read the first 15 verses of the book of Exodus, which in Hebrew is called Shemot, meaning names, because it begins with a list of names of the tribes of Israel. Ve'ele Shemot b'nei Yisrael haba'im mitzrayma et Yaakov ish uveito ba'u. These are the names of the sons of Israel who came to Egypt with Jacob. Each came with his household. Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda. Yisachar, Zvulun, Binyamin. Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel. Vahi kol nefesh yotzei Yerech Yaakov 70 nefesh, v'Yosef haya v'Mitzrayim. V'yamat Yosef v'chol echav v'chol hador hahu. The total number of persons that were direct descendants of Jacob was 70. Joseph was already in Egypt. Then Joseph died, and all of his brothers, and all that generation. Uvnei Yisrael paru v'yishritzu v'yarbu v'ya'atzmu bim'od ma'od v'timalei ha'aretz otam. But the Israelites were fruitful and increased greatly. They multiplied and grew exceedingly strong, so that the land was filled with them. V'yakam melech hadash al Mitzrayim, asher lo yada et Yosef. V'yomer el amo, hine am b'nei Yisrael, rav v'atzum mimenu. Then a new king arose over Egypt, who knew nothing about Joseph. He said to his people, "Look, the Israelite people are too numerous and powerful for us." Hava nitchakma lo pen yirbe v'haya ki tikrena milchama v'nosaf gam hu al sonenu v'nilcham banu v'ala min haaretz v'yasimu alav sarei misim lema'an anoto v'sivlotam v'yaven arei miskonot lefaro et pitom v'et Ramses. Come, let us deal shrewdly with them, lest they become so numerous that in case of a war they might join forces with our enemies and fight against us and rise up from the ground. So they set taskmasters over the Israelites to oppress them with forced labor. Thus they had to build Pitom and Ramses as store towns for Pharaoh. V'cha'asher ya'anu oto, ken yirbe v'chen yifrotz, v'yakutsu mipnei b'nei Yisrael. V'ya'avidu Mitzrayim et b'nei Yisrael b'farech. V'yamararu et hayehem ba'avoda kasha b'chomer uvilvenim uv'chol avoda b'sadeh et kol avodatam asher avdu bahem b'farech. But the more they were crushed, the more they multiplied and expanded. The Egyptians dreaded the Israelites, so they reduced them to cruel slavery and made their lives bitter with hard work in mortar and bricks and in all kinds of work in the fields. They made ruthless use of them as slaves in every kind of hard labor. Vayomer melech Mitzrayim lam yaldot ha'ivriot asher shem ha'achat shifra v'shem ha'shenit pu'ah vayomer vayaletchen et ha'avriot uriten al ha'avnaim im ben hu v'hamiten oto v'im bat hi v'haya. The king of Egypt told the Hebrew midwives, one of whom was called Shifra and the other Puah, saying, when you act as midwives for the Hebrew women, look at the birth stool. If it is a boy, kill him, but if it is a girl, she may live.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emetz v'haye olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Thank you, Sandra, for giving the service. Yes, so while I'm talking, you can start addressing the scroll. So, okay, so as you know, Robyn was gone before the bathing in December last month, and she appeared before the bathing in London before Rabbi Alexander Wright, Rabbi Aaron Goldstein, and Rabbi Mark Solomon. Was it Mark Solomon? Yes, yeah, probably, because he's Rav Bailey anyway. So I have to say, oh gosh, people are really impressed, as I was impressed with your whole process. So Robyn started during COVID at some point, and I was really struck by the ruach that Robyn brought with this sense of a profound faith, a profound sense of belonging, because for me it was obvious when you joined us, you were already Jewish, your soul was already Jewish, and it was just a matter of having a nice temple and to make it official, but in the end it was a kind of, we do it because it's a kind of community. So today it's the admission ceremony, and this is what the text, so first what the conversion certificate says. On Thursday, the 15th day of the month of December in the year 2022, which is the Hamishi, Shabbat Shatterat Ve'Isrim Yom Lechodesh Kislev Shnat Hameshech 2783 So in the year 5783, Paul Ba'ir London, so it's easy because London is London. I found a bit more difficult to find it for Kingston. Because usually what you do, when you can't find the Hebrew name, you try to find the Yiddish name of the place. And I couldn't find anything, so I called it Kingston. So in London, so you appeared before us and you told us of your wish to join the Jewish community. We made inquiries about you and questioned you and found you worthy to be accepted as a true proselyte among us, both by virtue of your sincerity, and God knows you're so, what we see we get, as we say, and by virtue of your knowledge, which is really, really big. So, and the knowledge of Judaism, I have to say that I have a lot of projects for you. So today, enjoy, because from tomorrow you start working. So I think, Robyn, we talked about it, but I think you would be a great service leader. I think you have what it takes. And so today, on Shabbat, the 14th day of the month of January, the Yom Shabbat Shemot, Kaf Aleph Lechodesh Tevet, Shnat Chamesh Elava, Paul Kingston, here in Kingston, appeared before us, Robyn Harris. She said to us, "You people shall be my people and you God my God." And these are the words of Ruth, if you remember, and the book of Ruth. The first, and it's interesting because Ruth was the ancestor of King David, and she was part of the people which was actually vilified in Torah. So it's a kind of interesting way to say that, it's not a reserved option for a select few. She stood before the ark, acknowledged the sovereignty of the one God, and accepted the responsibility as a Jew. Therefore, we, the undersigned, which would be Philip Lyons and Rabbi Janet, so you will come later and sign the certificate, said to her, "Achoteinu at, you are our sister. V'yikra shemcha beIsrael, and your name shall be in Israel, Hilela Yehudit." Hilela Yehudit. Can you tell us a bit why you chose this?
Hilela, because it means the same as my given name, Robyn, but it also means praise, and I like praise. Yehudit, after my grandmother and my aunts. My grandmother's name is Jenny, and my aunt's name is Judy.
Okay. Brilliant. So, Hilela Yehudit. May you be blessed by the Eternal One, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge, and may you be a blessing, and I know you will be a blessing to the community. So, I present you Hilela Yehudit as a new member of the Jewish community. So, also a book for you to nourish your Hasidic soul, because I know you have a very powerful Hasidic soul. And we have another gift for you, which is a singing gift. Ooh. Yeah, and I will explain later why, or you can explain why. Wait. You know it. Please join me.
Ashkivenu Adonai
why.
That's
So-
what my assignment was.
So she wrote something about this prayer, Hashkiveinu, which was just brilliant. And my colleagues were really impressed by your essay. You know, you have to write an essay about something that we learned during the course, and we also have to write about an essay about what it means to be Jewish now, today. So the other one is very personal, so it's up to Robyn to share whatever she wants to share or not. But this one, Hashkiveinu, was really, really good. So, Brucha Ba'a, welcome to you, Robyn, and you're a great addition to our community. And we sing, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Ye'elanu, 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 U'lechol Yisrael, Ye'elanu, Ye'elanu, U'lechol Yisrael, Ye'elanu, Ye'elanu, U'lechol Yisrael, Ye'elanu, Ye'elanu, U'lechol Yisrael. So, Philip and Janet, after the service, you will sign. So I will send one back to LJ because they need to keep this in the archives, and then you have yours, which will be whatever you want to do with. And it's the result of hard work and very strong commitment to KLS and to the Jewish people. And we're very lucky and we're very privileged to have you with us. So, Mazel Tov and Brucha Haba. Oh gosh, I forgot. I always forget. I got carried away. Yes. Yes. Now, Robyn, you have to help me with that because. Yeah, okay. So may I ask you to stand, please, and you will take the scroll in your hands. I mean, I'm too old to change now, right? So, the rabbi asked the person, can you open the eye? The rabbi asked the proselytes, and you have only one answer possible, I'm sorry. Do you sincerely affirm the Jewish faith? Do you, of your own free will, choose to enter the eternal covenant between the God of Israel and the house of Israel? Do you pledge your loyalty to the Jewish faith and the Jewish people in all circumstances? So we remember that. Do you promise to the best of your ability to practice Judaism in your personal life and to participate actively in the life of the Jewish community? Okay, so the other one is in brackets, but I will ask you anyway. If you should be blessed with children, do you promise to raise them as Jews? And now you have to say,
I solemnly declare before God that I will strive to carry out faithfully the duties and responsibilities which have now been placed upon me as a Jew. I pray for strength so to honor my commitment that I may bring credit to the Jewish people, blessing to humanity, and glory to God's name. To all those present who represent the house of Israel, I say, Amecha, Ami, Berohai, Elohai. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levacha u'b'chol nefshecha u'b'chol yodecha.
Amen. אחותנו את, ושמך בבית ישראל היא לנה יהודית, בת אברהם ושרה. You can see it here, and keep the show if you don't mind closing the door. So, over to you.
Back to. See, we didn't rehearse where we were all going to stand. Okay, so You can all sit down. So we're now on page 483. I'm going to do a short Haftarah reading in English. It's that short. So, as you probably know, the Haftarah reading usually kind of comes from another part of the Tanakh, from the Old Testament. It kind of mirrors the Torah reading in some way or the other. And on the LJ website, they give us a choice of readings, usually. And the one I'm going to do is from the book of Jeremiah, which is apparently the Sephardi reading, which goes with the beginning of the book of Exodus. But it does seem to go very well. So I'm just going to do the bracha first. Which is the first one? This one. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bacha b'nviim tovim v'ratzav v'divreihem hanemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai abocher b'torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo Uvinviei ha'emet ha'tzedek. So this is Jeremiah, who was 16 at the time, apparently. The word of the Lord came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Alas, sovereign Lord, I said, I do not know how to speak. I am too young. But the Lord said to me, Do not say I am too young. You must go to everyone I send you to and say whatever I command you. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you and will rescue you. Then the Lord reached out his hand and touched my mouth and said to me, I have put my words in your mouth. See, today I appoint you over nations and kingdoms to uproot and tear down, to destroy and overthrow, to build and to plant. I will pronounce my judgments on my people because of their wickedness in forsaking me, in burning incense to other gods, and in worshipping what their hands have made. Get yourself ready, stand up, and say to them, whatever I command you. So that's the parallel, is another reluctant leader or prophet. Page 484. Al haTorah ve'al havodah ve'al hanviim ve'al yom haShabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu לקדושה ולמנוחה, לכבוד ולתפארת, על הכל, אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך, יתברך שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני. Makadesh Shabbat. Page 484, please stand if you would like. Eternal God, whose dominion embraces the universe, we ask your blessing for our sovereign King, Charles, and all the royal family. Not all of them, actually. For those who govern our country and all who influence the quality of its national life for the good, I think we need this paragraph rewritten. Make them conscious of their responsibility and teach them to exercise it in accordance with your will. May we all help to fashion in this country a society that excels in freedom and justice, tolerance and compassion, so that it may be a force for righteousness and peace in the life of humanity. Eternal God, as you blessed our ancestors in generations past, Bless now this congregation, its leaders and its members, and all who enter this synagogue to meet, to study, and to pray. Comfort the sorrowing hearts among us, and heal those in anxiety or pain. May we all find here community and friendship, renewal of purpose and hope, a deeper understanding of our heritage, and a sense of your abiding presence. Bless all congregations of the House of Israel throughout the world. Let those who live under oppressive rule soon be freed, and may we all unite to witness to your truth and do your will. Eternal God, our rock and redeemer, grant blessing to the state of Israel, created to fulfill an age-old dream and to be a haven for the oppressed. Inspire its leaders and citizens with faithfulness to the aims of its founders, to develop the land for the benefit of all its inhabitants, and to implement the prophetic ideals of liberty and justice. May they live in harmony with one another and in peace with their neighbours, and cause to come true once more the ancient vision that out of Zion shall go forth Torah and the word of God from Jerusalem. Page 489.
כי לקח טוב נתתי לכם, תורתי אל תעזובו, עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה, ותומכיה מיושה, דרכיה דרכי נועם, וכל נתיבותיך שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך, ונשובה חדש ימינו כקדם, חדש ימינו כקדם.
Please have a seat. So I just wanted to say a little bit about this week's portion, of which we only read the first part, but I think you probably know the story of what happens next. And so I don't get accused of plagiarism, what I'm going to say is based on the writings of the late Lord Sachs, who wouldn't approve of me taking a service, but I still like his Torah writings nonetheless. So, he says, this week's Parsha could be entitled The Birth of a Leader. We see Moses growing up as a prince of Egypt. We see him intervene 3 times to rescue victims of violence. We then witness the great scene at the burning bush, where God summons him to lead his people to freedom. But just underneath is another remarkable story, not about a hero, but about 6 heroines, without whom there would not have been a Moses. First is Jochebed, mother of Miriam, Aaron, and Moses himself. It was Jochebed who, at the height of Egyptian persecution, had the courage to have a child, hide him for 3 months, and then devise a plan to give him a chance of being rescued by hiding him in the river, as we know. Little is known of Jochebed. In her first appearance in the Torah, she is unnamed. And yet, reading the narrative, we are left in no doubt about her bravery and resourcefulness. Not by accident did her children all become leaders. The second was Miriam, Moses' elder sister. It was she who kept watch over the child as the small ark floated down the river. And it was she who approached Pharaoh's daughter with the suggestion that he might be nursed among his own people. The biblical text paints a portrait of the young Miriam as a figure of unusual fearlessness and presence of mind. Third and fourth were the two midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, who frustrated Pharaoh's first attempt at genocide. Ordered to kill the male Israelite children at birth, they did not. Summoned and accused of disobedience, they outwitted Pharaoh by constructing an ingenious cover story. The Hebrew women, they said, are vigorous and give birth before we arrive. They saved many lives. The significance of this story is that it's the first recorded instance of one of Judaism's greatest contributions to civilization, the idea that there are moral limits to power. There are instructions that should not be obeyed. The fifth is Tzipporah, Moses' wife. Moses met her after he fled to Midian after killing the Egyptian slave driver who was beating an Israelite. Tzipporah, the daughter of a Midianite priest, she was nonetheless determined to accompany Moses on his mission to Egypt, despite the fact that she had no reason to risk her life on such a hazardous venture. By the way, there's also a very mysterious passage in the book of Exodus where Tzipporah circumcises her and Moses' son. Nobody really understands what's going on in that story, and I'm not going into it. But for sure, she was not an ordinary housewife. Number 6, and the most intriguing, is Pharaoh's daughter. She had the courage to rescue an Israelite child and bring him up as her own in the very palace where her father was plotting the destruction of the Israelite people. Could we imagine a daughter of Hitler doing the same? Who was she? The Torah does not mention her name. However, a later book in the Tanakh Old Testament, the first book of Chronicles, mentions a daughter of Pharaoh named Bitya or Batya, and she's been identified as the woman who saved Moses. What can we learn from these women about leadership? And I like this bit a lot. There are figures who hold positions of authority, prime ministers, presidents, CEOs of companies, who may not be leaders at all. They may have the power to force people to do what they say, but they have no followers, they excite no admiration, they inspire no emulation. And there may be leaders who hold no official position at all, but who are turned to for advice and are held up as role models. Yocheved, Miriam, Shiphrah, Puah, Tzipporah, Batya were leaders not because of any official position they held, but because they had courage and conscience. They refused to be intimidated by power or defeated by circumstance. They were the real heroes of the Exodus and still a source of inspiration today. Nice, yeah? So, now we're going on to the concluding prayers. So, we will turn to page 520-something. 520. 520. And if you would like to stand for the Aleinu, that's good.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, אשר שם חלקנו לאחד את שמו, וגור עלינו להמליך מלכותו. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויסד הארץ ומה
יושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגופי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו עינות, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחתינו. Trusting in you, eternal God, we hope soon to behold the glory of your might, when false gods will vanish from our hearts and idolatry cease forever. Help us to perfect the world by bringing it under your unchallenged rule, when all will invoke your name, relinquish evil, and turn to you alone. May all who dwell on earth come to know that to you every knee must bend and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you let them humble themselves, and to your glorious name let them give honour. Let all submit to your sovereign rule. May that time come soon and last forever. For ultimate sovereignty is yours, and to all eternity you will reign in glory. As it is written, the Eternal One shall reign forever. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo Creator of the universe, you give us life, in which joys and sorrows are commingled in accordance with your wisdom, and you send death with its promise of eternal peace. Teach us to accept humbly and courageously whatever burden is laid upon us. Comfort those who mourn, and let the light of faith illumine the darkness of their sorrow with the hope of immortality. Strengthen us at all times with an unfailing trust in your providence. So now we've got some yacht sites. Wyn Levine, mother of Paul Levine, and I guess mother-in-law of Sandra. Robert Macmillan, husband of Irene Macmillan. Adrian Macmillan, son of Irene Macmillan. Julia Jacobs, mother of David Merkel. Sarah Jane Lazarus, daughter of Betty Lazarus. Frances Mulazy, remembered by her many friends at KLS. George Frey, father of Sarah Eves. And I just heard this morning Mr. Boros, what's his first name? Andras Boros, who passed away. He was quite often used to be here on a Shabbat morning. I have been ill. So let's turn to page 524 and say Kaddish together. Any other names anybody wanted to mention? No. Yet kadal v'yet kadash shemei rabbah. Be'alma divrach hirotei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayeichon v'yomeichon. U'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. B'gala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevorach le'olam al yamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithalei v'yithalal shmei d'kudusha b'rechu. La'elo min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nehumata. Tamira ba'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehes shlama rabba min shemaya.
v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol b'nei adam v'imru amen. Please have a seat. Shabbat shalom. Robyn, did you want to choose a final song or a tune for Adon Olam, or you're going to go with the flow? Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Sandra, I'm just wondering if you've got a favourite. Yes, I know what it is. Okay. It's had to... You do? Oh, go. Can Craig sing?
Yeah, I can do the piano. I'm not first.
Oh, right, cool. What are we singing?
I did not put her up to this.
Craig, what are you going to sing? Oh, by Uzi Hitman. Lovely, fabulous name, yeah. Cool. Are you coming up here to sing? Yeah.
Yes. Right, what up? Who I am? Let's, I want everyone else to join in. Come on. Okay. What's the next one? Adon Olam, Hashem Allah, B'terem Kol, Yitzin Ivra, Li'eit Nasal, V'chetz Kol, Azai Melech, Shemo Nikra, Yahweh, Kichlot HaKol, Levado, Yimloch Nora, V'hu Haya, V'hu Hoveh, V'hu Yiyeh B'tifara. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem Kol Yitzin Ivra, Le'eit Nasal V'chetz Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora, V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh, V'hu Yiyeh B'tifara. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem Kol Yitzin Ivra, Le'eit Nasal V'chetz Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora, V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh, V'tifara, V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh, V'tifara. V'hu Echad, V'ein Sheni, V'hamshilo, L'hakbira, V'li Reshit, V'li Tachlit, V'lo ha'oz, V'hamisra, V'hu Eli, V'tayoti, V'tzuchev li, V'eit Sarah, V'hu Nisi, Umanos li, Manat kosi, V'yom ekra. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem Kol Yitzin Ivra, Le'eit Nasal V'chetz Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora, V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh, V'hu Yiyeh B'tifara. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, B'terem Kol Yitzin Ivra, Le'eit Nasal V'chetz Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora, V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh, B'tifara, V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh, B'tifara. B'yado Avti Ruchi, Al-Rangat Seisran, Ve'aira, V'yim Ruchi, Gaviati, Adonai li, V'lo ira. Adon Olam Hashem Allah, Teren Kol Yetzin Nivra Le'ed Nasor Ve'Hesed Kol Azai Melech Shemon Nekra Ve'Yacharei Kiklos HaKol Yivado Yimloch Narav Hu Eyava Hu Hove Hu Yeh B'Tifrara Don Olam Hashem Elak Teren Kol Yetzin Nivra Le'ed Hesed Kol Azai Melech Shemon Nekra Acharei Kiklos HaKol Yivado Yimloch Narav Hu Eyava Hu Hove B'Tifrara Hu Eyava Hu Hove B'Tifrara Hu Eyava Hu Hove B'Tifrara.
Please stand for a final blessing. Eternal God, be with us as you were with our ancestors. Never leave us or forsake us. Incline our hearts towards you and lead us in your ways. Our God and God of our ancestors, bless us with the threefold benediction of the Torah. May God bless us and keep us. May God look kindly upon us and be gracious to us. May God reach out to us in tenderness and give us peace. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shalom.